Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. والسماء ذات البروج واليوم الموعود وشاهد ومشهود قتل أصحاب الأخدود النار ذات الوقود إذ هم عليها قعود وهم على ما يفعلون بالمؤمنين شهود وما نقموا منهم إلا أن يؤمنوا بالله العزيز الحميد الذي له ملك السماوات والأرض والله على كل شيء شهيد إن الذين فتنوا المؤمنين والمؤمنات ثم لم يتوبوا فلهم عذاب جهنم ولهم عذاب الحريق إن الذين
Another Ramadan is refreshed by Coca-Cola and nourished by Checkers Custard.
Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah, Muhammad ibn Abdullah, wa ala alihi wa sahbihi, wa man sara ala nahjihi ila yawmiddin. In the name of Allah, the most gracious and the most merciful, all praises and thanks are due to Almighty Allah, the Lord of the Alameen. May the peace and blessings of Allah be upon our noble messenger, Muhammad ibn Abdullah, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. I greet you all with the best of greetings, the greetings of peace. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I welcome you to another exciting episode of another Ramadan TV series. And of course, I'm your beloved brother, Muhammad Saeed, and alongside me, my sister, Bilal.
Alhamdulillah for another day. My name is Mariam Koko, mashallah. I want to also greet you with a greeting of I picked that, the greeting of blessings. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa barakatuh.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well.
I'm feeling the fire already.
I'm pumped.
You're pumped, yeah.
Before we bring in our guest for today, inshallah, I would like to go on a very quick break, and when we return, we will continue. Stay tuned and don't go anywhere.
Checkers Custard na da saukin damawa. Sanya Checkers ɗinki cikin kwano, sai ki zuba ruwa ki dama shi, sai ki zuba tafashashen ruwanki a kai har yayi kauri. Checkers Custard sumul yake, gashi kamshin sa na jan hankali.
Mama kin gama ne?
Nemi ainihin Checkers Custard don gina jikin iyalinki kullum da wannan ɗanɗano mai gamsarwa. Checkers shine ainihin custard.
Welcome back to the show. It's another Ramadan TV series. If you are just tuning in, yes, it's another Ramadan TV series, and you can always catch up on our conversations, previous conversations on our YouTube channel at Another Ramadan TV, on Instagram at Another Ramadan_TV, and of course on TikTok. Yes, we're on TikTok too at Another Ramadan TV series. Welcome again. It's another day, alhamdulillah, another episode, another brand new guest. And of course, like we said, we're excited. She's my sister, and she's going to be the first female guest on this show for the season.
And she is no other person than Dr. Naimah Badru.
Please, me, I want to give her a hug. Because, I mean,
Thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Give her another hug on my
For
behalf.
It's good to be here.
Yeah, it's great to have you. Thank you for honoring our invitation.
It's my pleasure. I mean, well done for a great job.
Oh,
Alhamdulillah.
thank you.
Let's get on to it.
Yes, let's get on to it. Okay, sis, how are you?
I'm fine. I mean, you know, when people ask, oh, what are you planning? How is Ramadan like? And for me, I usually just say that Ramadan is Ramadan. You know, Ramadan is a time where I love the fact that a number of the ideals that we've always known, and for different reasons we believe, you know, this isn't easy for me now, this isn't easy for me. Somehow in Ramadan, everybody, you know, strives towards getting the ideal. And as such, I see Ramadan as that month where no matter what the odds are, everyone understands that we need Allah, and everyone understands the sense of Rabbana Atina fi dunya hasana wa fil akhirati hasanah. So for us, it's not just about the goodness of this world, it's about the goodness of here and hereafter. So that is for me what Ramadan signifies, and I mean, I'm just happy that it's Ramadan.
Alhamdulillah.
The topic for today is networking and mentorship among Muslim professionals, and of course we will be discussing with our guest regarding this topic. I'd like to begin with the importance of networking in Islam.
All right, thank you so much. I think that I'll be looking at some of the discussions, you know, looking at it from how it was during the time of Prophet Muhammad, what it is now, and, you know, some part of my own experiences over the years as a professional, a Muslim professional. So, for me, networking in Islam is a sense of relationships. I think that one of the core areas of Islam is the fact that, you know, there are a number of verses where Allah will talk about kith and kin, where Allah will talk about goodness to neighbors, where Allah will talk about. At the end of the day, for all of these relationships, what it helps us to do is to build a networking system. And so if you go back to how this started from, I remember when the Prophet Muhammad, when he got the revelation and he did go to meet his wife, one of the things that Khadija said to Prophet Muhammad is that you've always been good to people. Like, without you even saying something, we believe you because by nature you're a good person. That is a sense of networking. He has gotten a sense of reputation based on his interactions. And by the time he went to meet some of his friends, Abu Bakr bin Siddiq and all of that, it was based on, you know what, you've always been Al-Amin. So the fact that you've always been Al-Amin, we believe in you. And as such, networking in Islam is a product of relationships. The relationships that you've heard, whether with family members, whether with people in your immediate environment, whether with people outside your environment, would come in to decide on the choices that you make and the opportunities that you see when you make those choices. So that's where I see networking, an opportunity for all of the relationships you've had to come together and be integrated to create opportunities for you, whether locally or internationally.
Beautiful. Building on that, especially the last part of it where you talked about opportunities, if we take it to a career aspect, you realize that even most successful people, when they share their stories, one of the things that usually, you know, stand out in those conversations is the fact that they have the right set of people in their corner that help them to grow. They call them like sponsors, and it's a product of proper or great networking. How would you, in terms of your personal career trajectory, I know you're a strong professional, mashallah, how would you describe your experience of the impact of networking to becoming who you are?
I think that, like you said, when it comes to networking and successes, based on, if we're just going to look at anecdotal, discussion, you would find it to be statistically significant. What do I mean by this? So, I've always had issues. I will still have the issues. When people, come on air when they say they are self-made. Because over time, evidence has shown that it's very hard for you to see a self-made person. Why? Because you must have possibly consulted a particular YouTube video, whether you read a book, whether you listened to somebody, even if it were to be your grandmother. A lot of times, what people build on, that becomes what people see as success, is based on the experience of some people that have come before you, or some people that have seen it before you. And as such, for someone like me, I usually tell people that I am a product of a community. I am a product of a family community. I am a product of a professional community. I'm a product of a virtual community. And would you like me to make explanations on this? Or
yes,
would?
Please break it down.
So when it comes to family, I know that a number of the things that I write on now, I do PR in healthcare. I develop community-based designs for engagement. And I know that a number of the things that I write on now are things that I saw while growing up. I grew up in Itire, and in Itire, I saw a number of social determinants for health and how they can influence the risk, what people see as risk. Oh, I don't think this is needed. I think this is needed, and the decisions that they make. So when I write now, I'm writing from the scenario that I saw while growing up.
The experience.
That is a form of networking. I networked while growing up, and my interactions with the different people is now what I am selling as a technical consultant. Why? Because some of the donor organizations and organizations that I work with, some of them are not Nigerians, but they want to do or develop interventions for Nigerians. And as such, I can come in using the examples that I grew up with to say, you know what, if you're looking at this particular kind of community, this design is not going to work. And that is what I see as my success now. So you can see how it started off. So even growing up in a particular place is a form of networking. Now you then finish, you went to school. While in school, you interacted with some roommates, you interacted with some friends, you interacted with your lecturers. And as such, you did a particular research with your lecturer, and then somebody in a particular conference that the lecturer went said, oh, I need somebody who is doing something on this. And the lecturer says, you know what, one of my students did this when I was in Nigeria, and then gets across to you. That's networking. Now, this is one of the things that I think that we need to begin to harness as Muslims and even as a society generally. Whether we like it or not, the power of networking is becoming bigger with social media and other form of digital interactions. So I think that what networking then pushes to us, whether, physically or virtually now, is the ability to look inwards and develop a value system within us in such a way that whatever it is that you're selling, and I'm bringing it back to Islam, we are beginning to have madaris, madrasa teachers, who are becoming a big deal. Why? Because a number of parents are relocating and they still want to be able to have their children do the madrasa. So online madrasa is becoming a thing.
Yeah, it's quite an interesting thing now that we're having online madrasa, which is Ilekeo, that is now online, because there is no excuse for anyone that, there is no space or the distance or whatever. So everything is now virtual. But I'd like to bring you back to your earlier statement that there is no self-made. Now, my own question to you is that, knowing that mentorship is it plays a key role in personal and professional development, how do you, seeking a young star, growing up, upcoming youngster, what do you look for in a mentor, and how do you also mentor others?
Thank you very much.
Just quickly before you respond to that, on the madrasa thing, I just want to call out that you know, for the online madrasa is also an avenue for networking.
Yeah.
For the children that are from
Different parts of the country and
Yeah.
so
culture
you
of
see
the
how
world.
the value changes
Exactly.
sort of expand.
Exactly.
Which makes sense, yes.
Oh yeah, so thank you. Like I did say earlier, nobody is self-made, because if you even take it back to how we started our Islam, Prophet Muhammad had a mentor. Allah in his infinite mercies gave Angel Jibril as the mentor to Prophet Muhammad. So even though the Quran was being revealed to him, he had a mentor who was like a guide, who would, you know, guide him on what to do. And that goes on to explain that really you would need to learn from people, because there's a humility that comes with learning. When people learn before they leap, there's that sense of gratitude from where they're coming from, and that sense of wanting to give back to the people that they're going to meet. So the ability to learn is part of the reasons why we would say we can be self-made. And this takes us to mentorship. Like I did mention, Angel Jibril was like a mentor to the Prophet Muhammad. And what does mentorship do? Mentorship then gives you that guide while you're learning and builds you up, understanding all your potentials. It builds you up into that holistic being that is ready to face the future. The future being your clients, being the bigger society, and humanity as a whole. Everybody that is going to, gain and have some bit of benefit from whatever it is that you have. Now, when it comes to mentorship, like I did mention, the world is becoming bigger now, and even virtually you can get virtual mentors. However, there are some challenges, and the challenges come in when you see a young person who wants to get a mentor. Some of the mentors have shared some of the issues that they have with mentorship, saying sometimes people really do not want mentors. What they want is a sponsor that wants to, that they just want to be able to take up. So okay, so ideally what a sponsor is in the corporate sense, when we're looking at it from the corporate sense, is somebody who can recommend you or speak up for you behind closed doors. That is what a sponsor should be. Unfortunately, in the work generation, what people now want in an entitled generation is, you know what, I just want you to sort me out. While after you've sorted me out, then I come in and take that honor. So they want a mentor who helps them to buy the books.
A benefactor.
Thank you, that's the better one. So they begin to see who ideally should be a sponsor as rather a benefactor. Oh, this person is a big person, they should be able to pay. And so you begin to see that entitlement sense. Now, that is not what mentorship is. Mentorship is supposed to be, you know what, I am in this field, I have seen some of the challenges, and as such, even just reading from somebody who you think has gotten to that peak is mentorship. You don't need to have a physical interaction with them. You don't even need to have a DM interaction with them. Just reading from them, sharing their experiences, and then maybe making comments is good enough as mentorship. Following the journey.
I'd corroborate on that.
Yeah.
If you go online, I'm sure you must have heard of Sheikh Ibn Baz, rahimahullah. He was a giant contemporary scholar. He died in 1999.
Oh.
And Sheikh, just like he was in a contemporary of Sheikh Al-Uthaymeen, Nasruddin Albani, you must have heard of those names. These were giants, and when they died, especially Ibn Baz's Fatawa, you can have them online, and the man had died 25, 26 years ago, and he's still very relevant and mentoring people. People would say, oh, my sheikh is Albani, my sheikh is Ibn Baz, whereas these people are dead.
So you can see how mentorship, based on the example that he did give, you can see how mentorship did many perspectives to it, that even when these mentors die, their work and their legacies remain for other young ones to follow. So if somebody took a book now and followed all of the teachings of Sheikh Albani, Sheikh Ibn Baz, and then you come and you say you're self-made. You're not self-made. You've learned from those giants.
All right, if you're just joining us, we've been speaking with Dr. Naimah Badru. Would like to go on a short break, and when we return, we will continue. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere.
Another Ramadan.
Okay, welcome back. We still have our sister in the building. We have her in the studio, and she has been giving us like back-to-back insight, inspiration on
It's
this
amazing.
conversation. It's not, I'm telling you, I could just sit here and just be watching her speak on and on and on and on. But just to put to perspective, right? Especially as Muslim women, we are known to be conservative, and there's a way that sort of affects how we network, how we maximize the benefits that come with networking, mentorship, and whatnot.
I think Muslim women being conservative is a narrative. One of the things I've grown to understand is a narrative is what you think it is. It is my own duty and my business to define my own call and my own narrative. I don't see Muslim women as being conservative. I would say that Muslim women, based on, for us, the rat race isn't what defines us. So I want to, I want to be one of the best public health communicators in the world. However, whatever it is I want to be has to be within the boundaries of what I believe in. So if that is what people would use to describe me as being conservative, I think it's dependent on whoever it is that is saying it and the way I see myself. So I'm going to use myself as an example. Before I started using the hijab, I have always had dreams. And I remember that one of my dreams would be to, as an 8-year-old girl, I would look, at the Abike Dabiris, the Ruth Benemisiaopia, and I would think of it, I want to be a broadcaster like this. But now what I now do as a Muslim woman is to develop explainer videos, develop documentaries on health. So I also use research, evidence-based research, to disseminate health findings, using maybe film as a tool, using community fora as a tool. Now what I have done, am I conservative? I've still been able to achieve my dream. The only difference is that I thought of it that if I still decided to be a broadcaster, will it be really discussing the health thing I want to do? No. So I have been on a number of national, TV programs talking about health. I moderate a lot of health program conferences. I'm still doing what I've always loved to do. And some of these conferences are not necessarily Muslim-based conferences. So I'm still doing things in my own way. So one of the things I tell young Muslims is to say, you know what? Somehow it is for you to be able to define how you want to be at the table. But first, before you get to that table, you have to build a value system where they do not have a choice but to call you to the table. I am hoping that mine will be Rabbana Atina Fi Dunya wa Fil Akhirat, because I have done my best in this world and I'm hoping for the best in the hereafter.
You see what I mean? She's challenging our thought process.
Yes.
Mashallah.
Sister Naimah for the thoughtful insights.
It's been amazing having you on the show. The insight, the knowledge, the back. No, we are not conservative. We are always going for it. I'm feeling that so much. Thank you for inspiring us. I know that you would agree with me if you have been watching that this has been so packed and there's a lot to learn. And that's the essence of the show in the first place. When you watch, you go back like never before. There has to be one or two things that you have to take away, and she has delivered that excellently. May Allah increase you in knowledge and wisdom, and everyone watching as well, may this stay beneficial for you, inshallah. So we'll be wrapping up, but before we do that, we have something for you.
Thank you so much to Checkers. Allah bless you all.
Ameen.
So on that note, from everyone in the studio, we are going to meet tomorrow again, because every day of Ramadan is every day of what? Content, every day of what? Knowledge, every day of education. So we'll see you again tomorrow, and tomorrow is almost here, inshallah. May Allah grant us days beyond that. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Give thanks to Allah for the moon and the stars. Praise Him all day for what is and what was. Take hold of your iman. Don't give in to shaitan. Oh, you who believe, please give thanks to Allah. Every mother, every father, every daughter, every son. Don't you see that the answer lies only with the one? I pray for our world. I pray for every child.
You're proud of catching ants. That's cruel. They're just ants, so if they feel anything. What if somebody trapped you inside a transparent bag without food, water, and air? That's different. I'm not an ant. Look, this one isn't moving anymore. But I didn't kill it. But it's dead. Let's go. They won't listen to us. Let's just continue.
That's right. Believe in Allah every day of our lives. Every mother, every father.
Auntie, look. They're trapping ants inside transparent nylon bag.
What's going on here?
They're having fun.
Is
They're
that it?
trapping ants in transparent nylon.
Malik, Halima, do you know those ants are also creatures of Allah?
Really?
And they also have communities just like you do.
Really?
Yes.
So you mean they have family?
Yes, they have family.
And
they
they are
have
so
mothers.
small.
They have siblings that they care for them. Yes, they are small does not mean they are invaluable. And they also have purpose here on earth. Do you know there is a prophet of Allah that understands the language of these ants?
They talk?
Exactly, they do.
Who is the prophet?
Prophet Suleiman, alayhi salatu wasalam, may the peace of Allah be upon him. He understands the language of the ants. There is a day when he was walking alongside his disciples, and then he had the ants talking to their siblings and saying that, let us move away from this path before Suleiman and his disciples step on us unknowingly. And Prophet Suleiman smiled. His disciples were like, why is he smiling? Then he was telling them, you did not understand what the ants they were saying. They were trying to get away from the road, so we won't step on them because they are small. So the fact they are small does not mean they are irrelevant. And that's why Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam also made us to understand in one of his hadith that whoever kills a creature or an ant, whatever creature it is, for fun or for sport, such creature will appear on the day of judgment that this person has wronged me on earth and I want to take back such kind of goodness. So that's why you're going to be extracting from that person's goodness to that person you've offended. And that means to God, you've deducted from what? Your good deeds. And wouldn't want that, is that not? Because that might prompt you to enter hell instead of paradise. So this is a lesson. Sorry. So this is a lesson that you have to be kind to everybody, either deaf, either dumb, either ant, either goat. Treat them like you want to be treated. All right? May Allah grant us better understanding.
Amen. I told you so. It was wrong. You were right. Yes, I was sorry.
And you must never do that
Every
again.
mother, every father, every daughter, every
You're
son.
welcome. You're welcome.
Don't you see that the answer lies only with the one? I pray for our world.
Hey, Ali Nuhu.
Yes?
I fit get selfie from you.
No wala.
Thank you.
Checkers custard.
Yes.
Wow. Cut. Shebi you know say I be king and I dey enjoy quality things. And if na custard, na checkers custard be the choice for my house and for my family. Why you not try am today? Checkers custard dey for different flavors like vanilla, chocolate, banana and the milk. Get your own for that shop wey near your house abi market everywhere. Checkers, the rich flavor and creamy custard.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ramadan Mubarak. Taqabbalallahu minna wa minkum. My name is Sophia Salahuddin Sophie Tolan. Welcome to the kitchen segment of another Ramadan TV series. On today's episode, we are making banana and date smoothie, and to do that for us is the amazing Chef Nabila. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
It's so good to have you on the show today.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Alright, let's get right into it.
Alright.
That's all?
Yeah.
Nice. So that's all?
That's all.
Just like that?
Very simple.
So that's the process. All these big smoothie that we see outside, that's just the process.
Chicken.
Wow. Brothers and sisters, you know you can make it at home just like that. Get your banana, get your fruits, blend everything together with your milk or yogurt, you get your smoothie. Wow, our smoothie is ready and I can't wait to take this. I mean, it is very easy to make and you can take it for iftar or sahur. You can take it alone if you're a light eater like yourself. So do not forget to follow us on our Instagram page at another Ramadan_TV. Do not forget to give us a follow on our TikTok page also at another Ramadan TV series. And subscribe to our YouTube channel at Another Ramadan TV. I'll see you in the next episode. I remain Sophia Salahuddin. So we do one. Cheers. Cheers. Assalamu alaikum.
Another Ramadan is refreshed by Coca-Cola and nourished by Checkers custard.
Praising Allah day. From dawn to dusk, we fast and pray. We chant and put to chain. Bring out the lanterns, light up the domes. We connect with the Quran. Do not even speak ill of your brothers and sisters. Revive our forgotten sunnah. The Monday